Fucking oath.
Band of the week, baby. These are good friends. Good friends 10-12. Haven't had them as band of the week in a while.
No, we
long
haven't.
time, but they were one of the OG bands of the week.
Yeah, pretty special band of the week this week.
Very special band of the week this week.
Yeah.
Probably the last one.
Yeah, we're going to be changing up the intro a little bit. This is the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast brought to you by Bluebat.
We are the Bloody Brilliant Beers. We started off reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now we bring you the conversations you'd more than likely hear from the front bar at your local. And Josh, where are we coming to the lovely people from?
We're coming from the Caxton Hotel situated on Peachtree Terrace in Brisbane, motherfucker.
If this is your local, you're one of the lucky ones because this is the best pub I've ever been to.
Yeah, I agree, mate.
Set foot in.
I think what I'm thinking is that if you're in Brisbane, the Caxton should just be your local.
Yeah, it's
You know
not
what I
that
mean?
far.
Yeah, it's the
Pretty
centre
central.
of the city.
Yeah.
There's trains and shit near it.
Yeah.
Buses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suncorp.
Just fucking Suncorp, exactly. Just make sure that
Strippers.
you make it. Yeah. Sterling Farquhar's favourite place is across the road at Honeybees.
Yep. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
He'll tell you that if you ask
Yeah.
him too. Just ask him.
Little Miss Farquhar. Anyway, I think to us there is one thing that we are missing before we crack into it.
And that's our favourite thing to do here at the Caxton, mate, and that is to get stuck into these blokes.
Fucking oath.
Jam some blokes down our throat. Shout out to Kempy from Bloke in a Bar for sponsoring the pod. If you want to get some bloke down your throat, head to blokeinthebar.com and enter your postcode in the store locator to find your local stockist.
And I'd recommend putting it in with your cereal.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you know, you know. If you're following us on Instagram.
That was something new. Yeah, head to the Instagram and check out that because there's many ways you can get a bloke down your throat, and that's just another way. But
Bit of added nutrients.
yeah, it is. That's it. So you got to start your day right. Start your day with a bloke.
That's it. How's your weekend, man?
Yeah, it was good. I'd just like to say sorry. We sort of like I'm getting over this whole new intro thing.
Yeah.
It really wigs me out sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Now, as we know, I am a plumber.
Yes.
So my brain.
Not yet, but...
Well,
yeah.
yeah, not yeah. I'm in training. I'm
Yeah.
like
Like a
Yeah, I'm like a Harry Potter student. I'm a wizard in training.
Yeah.
But like the only thing that I'm able to manipulate is water.
Yeah.
And
Not
shit.
poo. Not yet.
Yeah, I've laid the pathway for the poo.
For the poo, that's it.
which is pretty
Poo
cool.
Pathways.
Pretty cool when you think about it.
Yeah, very cool.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
if it's not for me, it'd stink everywhere.
Yeah, there'd just be shit literally
There
everywhere.
would be shit literally everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Poo Pathways.
shout out to plumbers everywhere.
What do you do for work? Oh, I'm actually in Poo Pathways.
Yeah.
You know when people have like, we talked about this the other day, and it
PB.
was like, what?
PP.
PP. You know when people have like jobs and they make up a title, like Minister for Transport, it's like, oh, you're a bus driver.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What do you do? Oh, I'm in Poo Pathways.
I'm a waterbender.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Shout out to Aang.
Yeah, second year waterbender.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
From the water tribe of Baker Booth Plumbing. Yeah, so no, but we just touched on it before. This is probably going to be our last band of the week, so we thought we'd go with one of the OGs, 10-12. We are going to be changing up the intro a bit.
Stay tuned for that.
yeah,
Hopefully it's
which
done
is-
by next week. It should be.
Yeah, it should be. If not, you'll get another band of the week.
Yeah,
and then we've
there you
just
go. Lucky
absolutely
you guys. Yeah.
cucked 10-12. So, but thanks to the boys for producing some ripper tunes. Go search them on Spotify. And yeah, now weekend spectacular.
Weekend. How good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Jeep's opening.
Yeah, that was fucking sick, dude. I kept it pretty tame on Friday, I believe. Once again, I think I did something, but I can't remember what.
Yeah.
But
We
yeah,
can just skip over that too.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So Saturday had the Jeep's grand opening. Beforehand,
Clubhouse looked
filmed
horny.
some shit at
Yeah.
my place, which was
Content.
fun.
Content never sleeps. So.
Yeah. Also had our punk club had possibly one of the worst days that
We
we've
got
had.
saved.
But we got saved by the greatest punter in Brisbane, Rory Driscoll.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. Punter of the month. We've also done this thing in our punk club we haven't really spoken about. But we've got the MVP of the month and the LVP of the month, and we ordered an 8XL shirt.
Yeah.
And
The shirt is so fucked. So basically, if you've gone, we have a catch up once a month at the pub, and if you're the worst punter for the month,
Yep.
you have to wear this shirt, and it's legitimately an 8XL.
it is. It was on a queen size bed, and it basically takes up the queen size bed. Like
And
it's
I think,
ridiculous.
I think it's
man.
going to be me.
No, they've already decided it. It's Geordie
Oh, why?
because
he's-
it was based on. Smoot sent it the other day, so. Honestly, I thought it was going to come down to Eden, but because he got a bet return on the weekend,
But what about Geordie? Because I haven't got a bet return. I've had.
Geordie hasn't hit a single quaddy leg.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And you've
I
hit
haven't missed
one.
one. No, I haven't missed. I've hit them all.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
It said you've got one.
No, I hit them all.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
might
it
have to
doesn't
chat
matter.
to Smart
Yeah.
about that.
As long as I'm not wearing it, I'm fine by that.
But yeah, so Geordie got it. It's going to be very interesting. But we're up for the month, so that's good.
That's all that matters. I think up $15.
That's it. While we're on, it's still a positive, so that's it. While we're on punting and racing, just going to give a little update on Clutzy's rig.
Yeah.
Because we're getting closer and closer to the day that he runs.
This is our racehorse for people who are new. We've got a share in a racehorse, and yes, we did get to name him, and yes, we did name him Clutzy's Rig.
He got voted out of a bunch of other things.
Yeah, it wasn't just us. We put it out to
it just sort of all fell into place. Now, we don't know what distance it'll run. We're tipping it's going to be a very short distance sprinter.
Yeah.
Much like its namesake.
Yeah, exactly. If that's all we have to go off.
So, little update. Happy Friday. Clutzy is enjoying his time out in the paddock. His shins are coming good and he is putting on plenty of beef in readiness for his return to work in a few weeks' time. Tell you what, it's very reminiscent of me over the Christmas period. Put on a lot of beef in the lead up to work.
Yeah, ready for to get into his work.
Yeah, and I was basically in a paddock. So the likeness between me and this horse is quite uncanny.
And as we know, your success last year with the ordinary rig, is the horse going to win the Melbourne Cup? Maybe.
It might. Yeah. It'll just treat it like a sprint because it's got a lot of ticker. Now, it said, unfortunately, due to personal circumstances with an owner, there's been a couple of shares become available. So there's a process there that if anyone's interested to get in on Clutzy's rig, it goes to owners first, but there might be some shares available in it if you want to get on that. But basically, they just said, hope you have a great weekend. We'll keep you updated when the big boy is getting back on the track.
Yep.
Now, for me, with that email, it was sort of weird talking about myself in third person. It almost sounded like.
Yep.
Even though I'm talking about a horse.
Yep.
But basically, we are the same person.
Exactly.
So he'll show up when he needs to.
And yeah, if the opportunity comes about for someone to buy into shares, we'll be posting about it and stuff. Yes. So you can join the owner circle. I can't remember how many. There's probably like 30 or 40 of us that all own shares in the horse. So it's going to be very horny when he actually gets running.
That's it. So moving on from that, went to Jeeps. Grand opening, fucking awesome. The clubhouse looks sick. It was just great vibes. When I initially rocked up, there weren't too many people there.
Yep.
And we were like, fuck, hopefully the boys haven't dogged us. But a lot of them had a big Friday night.
Yep.
So that was expected. And there was just fucking kids galore down there as well. Just kids have massive ticker, by the way.
Yeah, dude. They just run themselves.
They just run and run and run. There was games of touch with the Prem boys, and I think even they were a bit gassed.
Yep.
Just running around with 10-year-olds. Clubhouse looks awesome. The only thing was they've got like red steel up.
Yeah,
but I think that's to because it's going to be there until the end of time. They want the color of the steel to sort of go in if it rusts, so you don't really have to touch up paint jobs. I think is a bit of an eyes up play.
Yeah, smart.
Is a bit different when we are blue and green. But yeah, the clubhouse is massive, big function room, office is quite nice. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited to
big upgrade.
Get into our work down there.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, actually. So, Valleys were playing cricket down there on the weekend.
Yep.
And I was up having beers, getting ready. I had an engagement party afterwards. So, I was getting ready for that. And it was Sunny Coast, I believe. And these blokes are standing there. And I was going to go up and just be like, fuck, like, how'd you go? Have a bit of a yarn or whatever. And two fellas came over and said, g'day. Said, love the pod. I was like, oh, how'd you boys go? Like, yeah, we got up. I was like, oh, you over there? Like, no, we're over there. We won over there. I was like, oh, you guys first grade? Like, yeah, we won first grade. I was like, fuck yeah, I might have to get into Josh Neal.
Yeah.
Captain of Valley's cricket. Bloke that we used to play cricket with. He's a lot younger than us. And, I ended up seeing him as I was leaving. And I'm obviously been on the piss for quite a few hours. Clutzy, how are you? I was like, better than you, cunt. You just lost. Really got into him and he just gave a big smile and put his cricket bag in the car and went off. So I'm sorry about that, Joshy. But
it happens, mate.
Yeah, it does happen. So no, very, very stoked to I want to get down to Jeeps a lot more often this year.
Yep. All the more reason now.
Yeah, all the more reason. So I think everyone should come down and fucking get on the piss down there on Saturdays. It's a lot of fun. And Friday nights, of course. Yep. We do have to find a new area to set up our fire for
kick-ons and stuff.
Yeah, because we don't want to melt all the whatever the fuck it is. And yeah, I had an engagement party at Pig and Whistle.
Yep.
Lovely place. Shout out to Vez and Zach. It was a lovely
Congratulations.
occasion. Congratulations. Godspeed. And yeah, just had a great night there. Sunday, I was actually a bit of a shell of myself.
Well, funny for someone who doesn't get hangovers to be a shell themselves, but sure.
As I've said, I don't usually get them.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah.
And
Changing
as we
his
know,
tune
I'm
when
going
it
to
suits.
have to be doing the heavy lifting for us come this weekend because
of
you
course,
will
yeah.
most likely be the biggest pussy on
Yeah,
earth.
sure. Yeah. Lots of chat for someone who's hungover on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, I still got up and did a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So Scat was watching the rugby sevens
Yep.
over in LA and I was like, why the fuck is there no one there? And then they came running out onto the pitch and some bloke slid literally like 15, 20 meters.
I think I saw like
Just
highlights of
so
that.
much
Yeah.
rain. It was insane. But yeah, that's pretty much me.
Hopefully we don't have the same result this weekend, but maybe we should launch straight into our announcement of the winner of the competition for this weekend.
Yeah, I think we should.
So people who have been listening along would have known that we're with our good friends Budgie Smuggler. We're giving away a couple of tickets to the Super Rugby on Saturday down in Melbourne. So we wanted to hear from frothies who had the most ordinary start to the year. We had heaps of entries and some were really good, but these are just the ones we chose. Now I've got two which were like runners up, which I think were honourable mentions that needed to get a run, and then Klutzy's got the two winners. So I might go first. This one's short and sweet, but thought it was quite good. So this is Jake Fisher's 36 on Instagram. His ordinary start to the year. Went to the doctor because I had some dramas with my ring. Ended up getting a prostate exam and was told I have hemorrhoids.
So shit.
That
is so ordinary.
So
That's
ordinary.
an ordinary
Like, where do you
start.
go from there? I don't even know. Can you fix that? I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
I hope to never be in that situation.
Yeah, I never want to have hemorrhoids.
Yeah, no. Wouldn't mind a prostate
So
exam. though.
shitty. Yeah, neither. Can I do it?
Yeah, sure. We'll do it on the weekend.
righto.
Anyway, and the second runner-up, for these people, if you're in Melbourne, we'll still be down there all weekend, so we'll probably catch you for a beer anyway.
Yeah.
But this is Will Bastick. Left work on New Year's Eve just before midnight and jumped in an Uber to go out. Midnight struck during the trip and my Uber driver wouldn't give me a kiss. Absolutely rattled me. Started the year on the back foot with a 1-star rating.
Fuck it out. All right, I've got a runner-up as well.
Yeah. No, well, we got two to give away, but do you have a runner-up as well?
Yeah, I've got a runner-up
Yeah.
as well, and then I've got another one that I'm going to read before I announce the winners.
Okay, yeah.
So runner-up from the Facebook group was Robbie Fenton. 2023 has been a tent picture. My days partake of staring into the abyss and pushing a few pixels while trying to look at my practice manager's juicy cheeks in my peripherals. I've made a few flirty moves at the office parties and been thoroughly rejected. So in my mind, this clearly has solid potential. Maybe it doesn't. Sorry to break it to you, Robbie. But my days that end with Y consist of going home to lay sweating in aircon, wondering if I should rip some foreskin to some subpar free porn before my roommate gets home. This totals to about 54 days of furiously beating my mate like it owes me money. I'm now shooting dust particles. As my personality consists of football, shit chat, and low-carb beer, brackets, wanker, I've made the bold jump to almond milk flat whites, double wanker. So I now have one other shit topic to bore people with. To clarify, I actually fucking hate them. It's pissing me off more than it should, but I wear busted RMs with controversial coloured chinos to the office, so I'm really starting to fit into the Brisbane wanker lifestyle. These hands have never seen a hard day's work, nor have they been subject to a temperature above 18 degrees. Stay out of each other. So that one was very close, but
Very close.
I think because these other two guys are down in Melbourne,
They get the win.
takes a cake. But before I do, we had a submission.
Anonymous submission.
Anonymous submission that had me in fucking tears.
Yeah.
It's someone that we know.
Anonymous.
And then they realised that they're actually in Sydney that weekend.
Oh,
So
spewing.
we got here. It was New Year's Eve and I'm at a house party on the river in New Farm. I have my summer party kit on, being a short sleeve button up and cream linen shorts. I've been belting myself throughout the evening and my insides are cooking a potion that Snape would be proud of. Gets to 3 a.m. and my mate goes to me, righto, let's walk home. So I stand up and something in my pants doesn't feel normal, but I thought it's probably nothing. So I walk through the party saying my goodbyes and I exit. Walking back home to Newstead with my mate, this feeling in my pants isn't going away. If anything, it's getting more prominent. He's talking to me, but all I can think is, fuck, I've shit myself and don't know when I've done it. We part ways at the top of a street and I get halfway down and think, fuck, I can't wait. I need to check. So I grabbed a leaf off a plant and on the footpath dropped my Dax and did a check. The leaf that went in green has come out covered in a brown liquid. I'm doing a wide waddle the rest of the way home. Luckily, mum and dad are down the coast, so as soon as I get inside and under some light, I notice the bum of my undies is also covered in brown. I look in the mirror and my right bum cheek that has a tattoo on it cannot be seen, and it's also covered in liquid shit. I look at my cream shorts and the poo has started to drop through and it's very noticeable. So when I'm saying goodbye and walking away from everyone, they would have been able to see the brown stains on my pants.
Ugh.
Being a tall man, there are no shirts that cover my bum, so it would have been very visible. So not even 1/6 of the way into 2023 and I've started the year with a nice liquid poo in my pants. That is my ordinary start to the year for you. Hope you enjoyed the yarn.
That's fucked.
So that is fucking terrible.
I only have one fear that is bigger than shitting myself in public, and that is not knowing that I've shit myself in public.
Yeah.
That sounds fucked.
So fucked.
Yeah.
A lot of head noise.
This is the first winner.
So this is the first winner. So this goes to Blair Neal. His ordinary start. His wife has left him. He's moved back in with his parents and he's had to listen to his 17-year-old sister get railed. He's lost some weight and could see his dick again, but it reminded him of how small his dick truly is. The list could keep going.
That's a shocking start to the year.
That's a shocking start to the year. Hope you're doing all right, mate, but that's for you. And then Bailey had probably try and trim this down a bit.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Essentially, Bailey said that his year has started about as exciting as watching dog shit go white. Basically, it's 38 hours a week of work, a half of an hour drive to work where he listens to the same music he's listened to for 10 years. Clock's on at 7:30 with an old clock-in machine. And then they've got bells and shit that make them go on their breaks and all that. He works with he's 25 himself. He has an hour drive back home listening to the same music once again. He works with two blokes, one who's old enough to have witnessed a Stegosaurus give birth and the other who shook hands with Jesus himself. The old one wouldn't know a joke if it shot him in the face, and the prehistoric bastard has been incorrectly pronounced dead multiple times as he often stands there motionless with a fly eating off his eyeball. He reckons a total of 10 words is spoken all day between them at work. So thank the Lord for the earbuds and the BBB podcast. So he said he's had a few well-spaced beers as well, watching 11 blokes dressed in white who he doesn't really like run around a paddock with some willow and leather. Shout out to our boys over in India. And he said, writing this is both literally the highlight and low light of my week because I can't remember anything else that has happened. So nothing of note has been happening this year except the old call into the froth line, enjoy the trip to Mexico and stay away from the ocean. So, fellas, you guys have both won a double pass to the footy this weekend. So
we'll be in touch.
Yeah,
thanks to Budgie Smuggler.
Should be fucking awesome. So shout out to Budgie for doing that.
And we'll be down there. If anyone's in Melbourne this weekend, keep an eye out. I think we'll probably be pretty busy. We don't get down till late on. Well, we don't even know what time we'll fucking be down there on Friday, but probably late. And then Saturday's jam-packed. But I think after the footy Saturday, we'll be free to gallivant.
Yeah, I think...
Might have a couple of beers, maybe.
Well, you can't just sit at home all day.
Can't just sit at home all the time. Come down to Melbourne.
So, yeah.
Congrats, guys. Rightio. Beer of the week.
Crafty of the week.
Crafty
Ladies,
of the week.
Gentlemen, everyone out there, it is the Little Creatures Pale Ale, one of the OG crafties in the game.
I don't think I've ever had this.
Really?
Yep.
Spectacular beer, pardon me.
This is a very special can, though, Josh. If you're listening, well, I don't know how long Mardi Gras goes for. I think it was just the weekend.
I believe it's like a weekend or a week-long celebration.
Yeah, anyway, we're either in the middle of it or just past it. So this is the Sydney World Pride 2023 Mardi Gras beer that Little Creatures have done.
Fucking sick
Pale
can
ale.
design as well.
Yeah.
Usually it's just this boring basic colour, but they've decided to spruce it up with a lot of pink love hearts on it. It's quite lovely. But the beer itself as well is quite lovely.
It is quite lovely.
5.2%, 1.5. For a heavy pale ale, it doesn't taste like it, does it?
Like it doesn't. I feel like saying it doesn't taste like it's not the right word because I quite like a strong tasting beer, but it doesn't feel like you're drinking something that's gonna.
I suppose for me, when I think of like a 5.2% pale ale, I sort of go like an IPA.
Yeah,
is what immediately comes to my mind. And for me, I don't mind IPAs, but they're not a sessionable drink.
Yeah.
They're sort of really overpowered with the hops.
Yeah. Bitterness.
And there, the bitterness of them really hits you. This one is just, we're having it ice cold thanks to the Caxton Hotel. It's so easy. It's just so easy drinking. You still get your fruity flavors, so it's not like a boring beer, but it's not enough that it'll put you off having a sesh on them, I suppose.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Definitely, it's another one of those ones that I feel like won't be too polarizing. Different to a sour or something we've done in the past, which is pretty insane. This is definitely one that I think most people get around. And Little Creatures, obviously respected name in the game, so you know they're good at what they do and they know what they're doing. So if you're grabbing a case of Bloke this weekend, thoroughly recommend getting your hands on a 4-pack of this, specifically the Mardi Gras can if you can. Maybe it's a limited edition, who knows? And if you're in Brizzy, Caco's doing $15 4-packs.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy, man.
Very crazy.
Well worth it. $15, you're not really going to get better prices for that. You got 6-packs and a lot more than that. Yeah, which is reasonable because it's a 6-4-pack. Yeah, but don't listen to my logic. Go and buy a 4-pack of this for Bloke.
Yeah. Cheers. On the weekend, I was at a 30th of a friend of mine who you've met before, Josh, Dan. I know him in sort of a weird way, but great bloke. And I don't know any of his other friends.
Yeah.
And he had drinks around this little lake near his house, which was absolutely delightful on Saturday afternoon. And he introduced me to one of his mates, Johnny, and I was talking to Johnny and he's like, oh, Das has a podcast. And Johnny's like, oh, what's your podcast about? And it's fucking so hard to explain what this podcast is about. I was like, well...
Sit there and talk about nothing.
Yeah. I literally almost launched into like, well, we started off reviewing craft beers on Facebook, but now we bring it... Anyway. So I was like, so it started with this Facebook group reviewing craft beers, blah, blah, but now we literally just talk shit. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, we literally, like, as if me and you were having this conversation right now. But and he's like, what's an example? And I was like, I used the Wheat Bick and Wheat Bix example. Because there was another dude there. Yeah. And literally they just like sprung into an argument with each other for like 10 minutes. And I was like, that is a perfect example. Like we'll get a topic like that and just ramble on, blah, blah. And he's like, so you literally just get scats, shit, and talk about it. I was like, yeah. 20 minutes later, Rach, my girlfriend, and I just sitting on a picnic blanket. He's like drinking his beer. He's like, holy shit. Grabs this chick and this other dude. Comes running over. He's like, you've got to meet these people. And introduce me to him. He's like, this would be a great topic for your podcast. Oh, what is it? And he's like, this chick used to sell her used socks on eBay. He's like, can you believe that? I was like, dude, would you believe we did a full episode on feet literally last week? But got talking to this girl. Apparently she used to list her socks on eBay, $30 a pop. They'd sell for. And then eBay cottoned onto what she was doing and were like, no, you're not allowed to do that. So she had the dude's email address from his PayPal. I was like, do you want to keep like buying my socks? And we'll just do it privately. Yeah. The dude apparently was paying for her to go to Splendor, giving her a daily allowance if she wore the same pair of socks every day and then sent them to him at the end of the festival.
Fuck yeah.
How fucked is that?
I wonder what he'd pay for my work socks that I wear 5 days a week.
Yeah, fuck. They'd be worth a fucking
Dude,
shit.
I did say this though. I think I've mentioned it before. Like, if people are in it for the smell, get on to me. If anyone, as I said, I'm not here to kink shame. We can do it anonymously. I will literally sell fucking any of my socks to anyone.
Even work shirts. This chick was saying, she's like, I used to go to Cotton On and get $12 socks. I was like, why didn't you get $2 socks? Yeah. Like, if you're only going to wear them for a couple of days, like, who gives a fuck what they are?
Yeah, you can't just sit at home and wear socks
all the time. Yeah.
Sorry, I always butcher that.
That's right. You're not the only one. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. And just back onto the feet thing. But she said that the dude and her actually end up falling out of contact because she got sick of wearing the same pair of socks day in, day out. So she would only wear them like 2 days instead of 4 and then send them. And he'd be like, no, these don't stink enough. So,
oh my God.
And stopped paying for them and shit.
That's so weird.
How fucked is that?
That is so cooked. Maybe an alternative. Why doesn't she wet the socks?
Yeah. What would that do?
Well, if you're going to wear them 2 days out of 4 and you got wet socks, like those things are going to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever wear socks 2 days in a row?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, pretty fucked.
Disgusting.
But like also at the same time, sometimes you just got to do it.
Sometimes you got it. It's better than wearing no socks, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, fucking oath.
Imagine the blisters.
Oh, imagine the rocks in my feet.
Oh, yeah. Rocks in your feet. How about rocks in your head? I've actually got a bone to pick with someone this week.
Yeah, right.
Friend of the podcast. I think you might know where this is going. Donny Sports. The Donny Sports podcast. The Don himself. He's been on the podcast before. We did a pod with him and NRL Roast. Was that Magic Round?
Magic Round.
I'm not sure if he's been on outside of that. But he records at the Caco. We've been on his podcast. You've probably seen each of us in and around each other's content. He's just started a new podcast with his mate Geordie. They record out of here. Give him a listen. The Donny Sports podcast. It's great. I was tuning in during the week to have a listen. And they have a segment. It's basically like hit or miss, like is it good or shit?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, which is slack of me. But basically, he was saying his big miss for the week was KFC.
Yeah, dude. And you know what? That's fucked.
So fucked.
That's ridiculous. I have been back on the K train recently.
Yep.
I've been pretty...
It's easily my favourite takeaway.
See, I've been pretty vocal about how I enjoy KFC, but it's... I've never considered it one of the elites.
Yep.
Well, like it is, but like out of the elites, it's not my
not the pick. Not the pick of the top four.
Recently, man, they've really upped their game. Really upped their game. And for Donny to come out and say that, it's just an insult into the fast food game, I think.
Exactly. It shows his inexperience in the game.
It really does.
He said, how often do you go to KFC and feel shit after? And I was like, to be honest, never. I had it for lunch today.
I haven't been feeling bad recently.
And you know what his biggest gripe was?
What?
How inconsistent it was. He's like, and I was like, well, his mate Geordie, who does podcasts with, obviously on a very similar wavelength to myself, because he was like, well, which KFC do you go to? He's like, well, I always go to the one closest to my house at Albany Creek. And it's like, well,
that's the issue.
You know that's a shit one. Yeah. Like, what do you expect?
Mate, I've been going to the Red Bank Plains one, and sometimes the service is slow as fuck, but it has been elite.
Queen Street, one in the city, in the mall. Obviously, I work in the city.
New one?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
That'd be
unbelievable. Yeah. Kedron one, always good.
Yep.
There's good ones around. And I was thinking, like, imagine, like, we obviously blessed to have the Caxton as our local, but imagine if your local pub was like some shitty pub, expensive beers.
Well, you wouldn't go there.
And you get stabbed. Exactly. But you don't fucking say I hate drinking piss.
Yeah.
You say my local shit, I need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, you do. Dude, that is the best way to explain it.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
like when I used to live at Kedron, the Eddie. We don't go to the Eddie every Friday and go, oh, fuck, the view out the front shit. Yeah. Like, you know that.
Yeah.
You don't go to fucking Albany Creek KFC and then go, oh, it's inconsistent here. It's like, you know this.
Yeah, you know how terrible it is. Stop going back.
Exactly.
Definition of insanity is repeating the same thing.
You can't judge a bloke. You can't judge a bloke, like every bloke, because of one bloke.
No.
You can't go to a shit pub and have a bloke that's been left out of the fridge that's overpriced and go, bloke's shit bix. And you come to the Caxton and have it in the perfect conditions and you're like, I want to get as many of these in and around my throat as I possibly can.
That's like me with Wicked Wings, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You found your KFC.
Yeah. It just sucks that it's Red Bank Plains. It's really shit that it's 40 minutes on
the one near your house is shit too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Everton Park.
Yeah. Well, Kelvin Grove, though, you find it.
KG is, I think, we have discussed this multiple times.
We have.
And like, some people might say it's ridiculous, but to them, fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Politely
kindly fuck off.
Kindly, sorry. Yeah, kindly fuck off. Kelvin Grove KFC has to be up there as, I think, the premier KFC in Brisbane almost. It is just top quality all the time. You never go away feeling unsatisfied. Great staff, great people, great chicken. KFC, Kelvin Grove, not an ad.
Not an ad. We wish it was an ad. I'd love some free KFC.
If we got sponsored by KFC,
game over.
Tell you what.
Game over.
Fucking bury me in a massive fucking
your nickname
bucket,
in the group chat would just slowly get decreased.
Yeah.
Like faster than the years go by.
Clutzy, 2 months.
KFC deal done, 1 month. So
didn't have KFC today, but that was
spicy.
That was an impressive fart.
That was supercharged. To put that in perspective, I'm assuming that came through the microphone. A lot of them don't come through. So to even make it onto the mic, it's a good fart.
Shout out to it.
Shout out to Road.
That is one of the best farts I've done in a while. But
Just
on the whole fried chicken game thing, you know what is phenomenal? I don't know if you've
Red
had it
Rooster
yet.
fried chicken.
Yeah, but the new one they've got.
See, this. I was hoping you weren't going to say that because that was Donnie's point.
Yeah, okay. Well, Wicked Wings is still better.
Exactly.
Dude,
I had
you
it
know
today
what?
with the cola barbecue sauce. Delicious.
Yeah, tasty.
Yeah.
My only gripe with the Red Rooster one is the price. Guess how much it is for 6 bits?
How much?
$16.45.
No chips with that.
No chips.
That's fucked.
That's
up.
just
That's
6
too
bits
expensive.
of chicken.
That's too expensive.
Wicked Wings, 3, $5.45.
Yeah, I got it today.
Yeah.
You know what else I got? The secret menu. It was called a KFC snack pack.
Oh, dude, you keep
Chips,
telling me about this. I keep
popcorn
getting
chicken,
for
supercharged.
Might
sauce
need to
on
get
top.
it.
So good.
I'll get it tonight. I don't know.
Do it.
Maybe.
So that's just a warning shot, Donnie. Don't come into our fucking territory and be preaching absolute tripe like that.
Yeah, if you're going to come
how
into
much it means to us.
at least say something that's
Correct.
meaningful and correct.
Yeah, because that's just straight up wrong, and you know how much it means to us, and we're disappointed. But be sure to check out his podcast because other than that, it's a great listen.
Yeah, it is. It's just that's the one gripe. It's the one gripe.
I'm sure we'll have more, but
yeah,
he also supports the Cowboys. But anyway,
yeah, can't.
Let's see how that goes for you in round 2.
Yeah, bull.
What about the article that you sent through to me during the week, mate?
Oh, dude. I think it's
to
true.
our group chat. Yeah,
I think it's true. And because there's one person in particular in our group chat who I see drink a lot of this beverage, and he has the largest testicles I've ever seen in my life.
he legit does. He has a
Like-
nickname Smutty, and he's literally called Smutty Balls because
Yeah.
his balls are that big.
Yeah, they're fucking massive. It's impressive.
It's every time I see them, I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't believe how big they are.
Tell you what, if fucking Kookaburra ever goes under with cricket balls, they should just fucking, if they miss out on molds or anything, fucking pay Smutty.
Seam up,
It'd be
4
slightly
piece.
bigger. Yeah, fucking oath. Imagine how much
Imagine
that
the
thing would
variation.
swing. Oh, dude. Yeah, if it's a mold, like it comes out real shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be hooping.
Yeah. There's no hair on it either.
No, shit no.
Yeah, it's well kept balls. But
So this article is fucked. The headline reads: Coke, Pepsi drinkers have bigger testicles. Study claims. The study attempting to determine the impact of soft drink on sex organs in men has delivered some, surprising results.
I love that. Can you imagine like a newsreader saying this?
Literally.
Like the study here. Yeah, where is it? Hang on, I'll have a look. The impact of soft drink on sex organs in men has delivered some, surprising results.
Literally. I've just pulled out the main points that I think were fucking hilarious. So, a study has revealed how drinking Coca-Cola and Pepsi can lead to larger testicles and higher testosterone levels. The study looked at 3 groups of mice. One that only drank water, another that drank different levels of Coca-Cola, with another doing the same with Pepsi over 15 days. Tests on these rodents included weighing their testicles and drawing blood. How the fuck do you weigh rats' testicles or mice' testicles?
I'm just thinking this could get a little bit grim, but see you, boys.
Yeah, true.
And then just fucking chop them off.
They were tested on day 1 as well as day 5, 7, 10 and 15. So surely they had to be alive for that.
Yeah.
So there's no way they'd...
Yeah, right. So how do you test the testes?
That's... How do you test the testes?
How do you test the testes?
I'm picturing mice balls weighing not a lot.
Bro, I'm going to have a look for something a little bit weird here.
You do that and I'll keep reading. There's a couple of lines to go. So... basically, the wrap-up of the article said, drinking Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola could promote testy development and enhance testosterone secretion. What are you laughing at? They're tiny, dude. How are they weighing that?
I don't know.
They're using little pincers on them. I hope they warm them up before they measure
I hope
the
they're
width.
fucking asleep or something. Oh, look at his nuts, dude. They're actually a lot bigger than what I thought.
Yeah, he's a Pepsi drinker for sure.
Why do male mice have such large testes? I'm send that to my friend's hamster had a growth spurt recently. We're going to send that
Yeah,
through to
clearly.
Darcy.
He's been smashing the Pepsi.
Yeah, if you want to see some interesting stuff, type in mice testicles.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But crazy how we always use mice as a measuring factor.
Yeah, you'd think you'd choose something with bigger balls so you could weigh them easier.
Well, I suppose you can't really imagine getting a kid, right? And
Trying
you
to
just
weigh
fucking
balls.
feed the kid water from day dot.
Yeah.
And then just Coke from day dot. That'd be so fucked.
Yeah, it'd be bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
I just was...
Or bouncing off its balls. There's a big happy sack.
the article just piqued my interest, and the more I read into it, I couldn't believe some of the shit that they were saying. I honestly, if anyone out there can explain to us how you would weigh mice testicles, please reach out because we'd love to hear.
Yeah, it is fucking insane. I wonder what some of the more weird things that we test are, like stuff like that. Like,
why are we testing that?
Yeah, why are we studying the effect of soft drink on the size of testicles?
Yeah.
Is this like a cancerous thing, or is this just like some bloke is fucking cooked out of his mind
Probably
at home
like,
after having a few bugs, and he's just like...
Well, no, I think it's more like people like us that are kick onto their mate, gets their sack out and be like, you've got the biggest balls I've ever seen in my life. And it's like, okay, well, what does he do that no one else does?
Drink a lot of coke.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I reckon maybe this article's basically spun up from kick-ons.
What else do you reckon something could be tested, just off the top of your mind, that would be something scat as fuck?
Like coke for big balls, but something different.
Yeah, but something like similar to that.
Yeah. Maybe like length of pubes and...
We've done that.
We didn't really test it though, did it?
No, I don't know what we... yeah, that was... For those that... We'll get into it. We used to have our yearly trip up to Toowoomba, but our friend...
Yeah, there'll be no fucking T-Bar recap this year, which sucks.
Yeah, no, but there will be a Gold Coast
recap, yeah. We'll have to get some boys on, I reckon. That'll be next... No, the week after next.
Yeah, week after next.
Yeah.
The 8 weirdest mice in research labs. This could be interesting.
This could be very interesting.
From 2012, so we've also had 11 years to... Oh, you poor little thing. The nude mouse. The ear... Whoa.
That's fucked.
All right, no, this is getting a bit spooky for me.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Let's skip that.
Mouse with a human sphincter. This is a mouse with the asshole of a human. It's missing an ear or some hair is inconvenient, but missing a functional anal sphincter, as can happen due to injuries during childbirth, makes life actually difficult. These lab-built sphincters are made of human muscle cells and mouse nerves. Implanting the petri dish-grown sphincter under the skin of mice proved it could link up to blood vessels and nerves of the animal. Now, it didn't actually replace the mouse's own anal sphincter, but that experiment is in progress.
Hectic.
That was 11 years ago.
That's fucked. So you could basically build yourself a new sphincter in a petri dish.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have to worry about all the KFC intake.
Yeah, dude. Or hemorrhoids.
That's
so
it.
anyone who's had hemorrhoids, you should just go to your local doctor and see if they can grab a couple of nerves out and get some mice nerves as well.
And just grow you a new sphincter.
Yeah. That is so fucked. There hasn't really been much since 2012 on that, so you could probably put a line for that.
Yeah. But there must be some freaks out there if that's what they're interested in. In researching, that's all I'll say.
It's crazy. You know, one of the craziest things. Like, did I talk about this the other day? No, I think I told you. This is just like, I just find the body so interesting. I was listening to Kempy's podcast with our best friend Drew Mitchell.
Yeah,
and Drew was saying how he had this hectic injury about, I think it was 2012, 2013. And his ankle went the other way.
Yep.
Completely snapped. Had rods and plates and shit put into his ankle. And then one of the bolts was rubbing on his tendon.
Yeah.
And his tendon ended up snapping. He was in a moon boot, almost had to end his career. And then one day he was just like, fuck it. Like, what's the worst that can happen if I play with my niece with my moon boot off? And his foot was fine.
Yeah.
He's running, jumping, doing all this shit.
They couldn't explain it, basically.
Couldn't explain it. Somehow his tendons just... But like, that sort of shit I just find so interesting.
Yeah.
And
maybe next week we can look up some...
What do you reckon? If we were to compare things about the human body and the ocean, do you still think we'd know less about the ocean?
Yeah, absolutely. We know nothing about it.
Probably the ocean's probably the least known thing.
Yeah,
hey?
Yeah, that's what it all boils down to. Maybe we can look up some miracles in medicine for next week, though, and come with some articles and stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I'll just put a note of that.
Yeah, we'll forget for sure. But
yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to cover off this week?
I don't know. Well, shout out to Melbourne people.
Yeah, we'll see you
We'll
on
be down there.
Friday,
as we
Saturday.
said.
We'll actually be at the footy on Sunday as well at Suncorp.
Yeah.
For the Dolphins Roosters game. So if you see us there, we'll be at the Caco beforehand, I would say.
Fucking keen arts for that.
Maybe we come and get a palmy beforehand.
Yeah.
For lunch.
That would be good. I also would just like to give a quick shout out to my mate Tommy Smith.
Mm-hmm.
he did his punishment from our fantasy football the other day,
Respect.
and it was the cheeseburger challenge.
Big respect.
Apparently, a lot more difficult than what people think.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
He's had 12 hours he had to be there. He started at 11 and he left just before 2 or at 2. He had 9 cheeseburgers. So each cheeseburger was an hour off his time there, but still 3 hours at Milton Macca's.
Long time.
I think he said he got to 4 and he just pounded through them and then was like, oh, fuck, this is a lot of volume.
Yep.
So I sort of want to do it one day.
Just for fun.
But he said the worst part about it was the financial heartache that it had.
Yeah.
$4.50 per cheeseburger.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of fucking cheeseburgers you got to go through.
I'd get so clogged up too.
Yeah.
It'd be horrible.
Yeah. I'd sort of enjoy the experience.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Well, and you know what? Afterwards, just get a new fucking sphincter.
That's it. Get it in a petri dish.
I wonder how big it would be. Can you imagine? All right, this is a funny image. A human-sized arsehole on a mouse.
It'd look like a balloon knot.
Yeah. Probably sound the same as well.
Yeah, legit. And the mouse take off when it pass wind. Anyway.
Fuck, that'd be cool.
We'll see you in Melbourne this weekend if you're down there. If not, tune in next week because I'm sure we'll have a lot to recap. It's going to be a big weekend, I think.
I think it will be. There's a lot going on. Once again, shout out to Jeeps.
Go Jeeps.
Shout out to Melbourne. We're coming for you.
Yep, Clussy's first time, so
yeah.
Stay
so all you fuckers can shut up. Bye.
Bye.